My name is Sean Birch. I'm a junior at Wilson Magnet High School.
My name is Elijah Ba, and I go to Wilson Magnet High School.
RYO is Rochester Youth Outreach, and what we do here is we help the youth of the city participate in the music and art scene by booking shows, forming bands and playing at the shows, painting, basically anything that the music and arts can offer the youth of the city. We help encourage that.
RYO is a community youth center for ages from like 14 and up that could come and do art and music at the center.
RYO means chances. It means that you can get a chance at something that most kids my age probably wouldn't know about or partake in themselves. It's also about being a part of something bigger than yourself, because you find that people you could know for a week end up a few months later becoming like your family in a way. It's about chances and being something bigger than yourself.
RYO means to me like a place where you can express yourself and not like be confined to one like main thing. You can express yourself however you want and not be worried to be judged or anything like that.
It's had an impact on me where I used to be kind of like a shy, sort of reserved kid myself. My freshman year, I started coming to RYO my sophomore year, and I tend to be just more open-minded to things. I also am just louder, I guess, than I was when I was a freshman, in a good way, where it's like I used to not talk to people, but I do now. And it's had an impact on me because a lot of the people I've come in contact with are some of my best friends, and I've been in bands with most of them. And I performed with some of them too, and it's great. As a musician, not only does it offer you a chance to express yourself, but it also gives you a chance to, if someone you know from RYO has a similar taste in music as you, or if not, you could form a band with them and then express your ideas and have them express theirs and make music together.
Yeah, RYO is a great value. People need stuff like this all around the city for like teenagers that like misunderstood. They just want to express themselves, or like people need art and music in their community. It's like one of the things that holds the community together.
Well, we're getting together not the way we usually do,
Right.
for medical stuff, but just to talk about you coming here to Grace Family Medicine. Now, how long have you been coming here?
Since I was born,
Since you were born,
20 years.
20 years. Now, how did you get born?
By Dr. Morehouse.
By me. I remember that. That
Yeah.
was delightful, just delightful. So, we've been knowing your family for quite a while.
Yeah.
You and your mom and your grandma, who just passed
Yeah.
away. And it's not just you now, though. You've got kids.
Yeah, I have 3.
You've got 3. Can you believe that already? And you've been coming here with the kids and with the pregnancy. Now, tell us a little bit about why you come here.
For one, I had a previous situation in the past, like where I don't like other doctors and stuff like that. So I'd rather stick to my doctor, and if I can't see my doctor, I don't see anybody else at all. I like that my doctor's honest. He's upfront with me. He tries his best to help me in any way that he can. He's more than just a doctor. He's something like a second father.
Well, you're more than just a person. You're like another daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are part of the family here at Grace Family Medicine.
Yeah.
And there's been lots of members of your family that have been coming here. What about the kids? You bring the kids here too, right?
Yeah.
What is it special about the kids coming here?
I want to keep the generations going. I want my kids to get to know my doctor and experience the same experience I had with him. Like, basically, like, just, like, even if you need somebody to talk to, a shoulder to lean on, somebody to cry to, you can always go to your doctor. You can always trust him. He's not going to tell you nothing wrong. He's going to be 100% honest with you.
We try our very best.
Yeah.
We do. Do you notice that Grace Family Medicine has kind of a spiritual side to it?
Yeah, it does. It's not a time that I don't come to the doctor's office that we don't do a prayer. Always ending in prayer, and he always keep you in his prayers. You always pray. Like, they're so spiritual. Yes, you are. And I like that about you guys.
We like that about you too. What would you like to tell people about Grace Family Medicine? Do you think it would be a good place for them to come to?
I honestly do. If you want, it's not just like, even with the doctor's appointments. Our doctors, you know, usually when you go to the doctors, it'd be like 15 minutes long. It's not normally that. Like, when you come to the doctor, your doctor's appointments expand, and it's because he's taking his time to work with you, to hear you out, to understand you, to see what's going on with you, to figure out and solve the problem. And I do think it's a good place for your kids to go. Like, a lot of people tell me, oh, why you don't get your kids into pediatrics? And I'm like, no, because my doctor, he's that doctor for everybody. He shows me the way, and he makes me feel real comfortable and safe, and I feel like I could talk to him about anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. And we sometimes do talk about anything.
Yeah. We talk about any and everything.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to bring your kids.
Well, we just really love you and your mom and your grandma who's now passed.
Yeah.
And your kids, and they're growing very, very fast.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know any of your friends that are coming here?
No, but I have told a couple of them, like, you should bring your kids to the doctor's office where I go, because, like, it's just so much, like, I don't know if it's me, but I've been going here personally, and I don't see why I should either ever switch my doctor or, you know, go to a different doctor's office or anything like that. So I have tried to refer you guys before.
Well, we're open. We'd be happy to have your friends and family.
Yeah.
God bless you. Thanks for coming.
Hello, my name is James Boris. I'm a member of the Arnett Black Club, and I'm here to talk to you about a little bit about what we do. One of the things we have is the Arnett Block Party, and that allows the whole neighborhood within the Arnett area, or, you know, outlying areas, to come and have like a little party. We have hot dogs and hamburgers and clowns for the kids, and we also have a bike clinic. Any young kid that has a bike that needs to be fixed, we will, this young man comes over and fixes them. We have Easter egg hunts at Easter. One of the things that we do is any activities that we have, we do it as a community, not as, you know, one or two people doing it. We have wonderful help from our church across the street. Mr. Battle helps us with many things like raking the lawn and putting the mulch down and stuff like that. So it's a pretty, I guess you could say, nice black club that where you can come and just enjoy yourselves and get to know your neighbors.
Hi, I'm Susan Morehouse. I'm the head of the Arnett Block Association, and we are addressing a number of issues in our community here. We're trying to bring salt and light into this place that really needs the salt and light of the Lord. Any entrenched, complex problem really requires attacking it or approaching it from a variety of directions at the same time. So our organization does a lot of different things. We maintain this beautiful garden that I'm sitting in right now. We plant flowers in it and provide a beautiful green space in this community. We're also working on a different front with the police department very closely to curb the violence and drug trade that is prevalent in this neighborhood. That requires good connections with the police department as well as with the citizens in this community. We're also working with landlords, residents, tenants to impact this community in a positive way. We're working with the library and with the schools, and we spend a lot of time praying for this community to see God at work. Last fall, we hosted the Southwest Gun Buyback at our building on Arnett Boulevard, and that was the most successful gun buyback that Rochester has ever had. An offshoot of that was a video committee that was created, and that video committee is developing a video that will be shown in the schools and in rec centers and in youth centers that will encourage kids to not become involved in gun violence. The name of that video is The Front Row. We have an awesome committee that's pulling that together, and it will be a groundbreaking kind of video that will be used by the police department and the schools to encourage kids to make better choices. I want to thank each one of you for the contributions that you have made that have made a lot of the work that we do possible in this community. A Christmas tree that we put up this year was funded by you folks. The helmets that went for the bicycles that were given away last spring and again this spring were funded by you folks. The ponies that came in and gave the kids rides at the block party, the magician that came, the different groups that we had come for the block party were all funded by you folks. Some of the books that we gave away at the block party to children who didn't even own a book were funded by you folks. We're very grateful for your support. It impacts this community in a positive way every day. Thank you.
Hi, we're from Embracing Options, and I'm Dee Skelton. I'm the Executive Director at the Arnett Center, and I oversee the Webster Center. And this is...
I'm Diane Braun. I'm the Center Director for Embracing Options in Webster.
We do the same ministry. We work together as we open our doors to the clients that are living all around our centers in the Rochester area and in the suburban area as well. We offer free pregnancy testing, and we offer STD testing, screening actually, and we also do free ultrasounds here at the Arnett Center. And Diane also refers women here for those ultrasounds. She also can do the STD testing as well out at her center. She does do some different things than we do, and so I'd like her to tell us what that is.
Yeah. In Webster, we are more of a community outreach center, and some of the things that we offer that are different, that are unique to Webster, is we do offer parenting classes. It's a program called Earn While You Learn. Moms and dads can come and learn about parenting skills and earn baby bucks that they then can come and spend in our baby boutique. And we have a baby boutique that is stocked with gently used baby clothes, diapers, formula, used strollers, high chairs, a whole host of things that are also donated by the community. And we also help the members of the community out as well when they're in need of those types of items. And the other program that makes us a little bit unique is called our PACE program. PACE stands for Post-Abortion Counseling and Education. And that is a 10-week Bible study that we do called Forgiven and Set Free. There's also a study for men called Healing the Father's Heart that's done by men. In this 10-week Bible study, we get to walk alongside of women, and they come to understand who the character of God is. They come to receive His healing and His forgiveness, and it gives them an opportunity to honor those babies and grieve those babies as well. So it's a real pleasure to walk alongside of them through this healing journey.
And that really is what Embracing Options is all about. It's a healing journey. We reach out to people that are hurting. They do not know who God is. They might know that there is a God, but they don't realize that Jesus Christ came to earth to put His life on the cross to die for them, and that He rose again, and that power that came in that resurrection, that they too can receive that power. And so we share the gospel with them. We share that there's hope for them, that there's hope for their future, that they're not just stuck where they are forever, that they can actually have change come in their life. I'm glad that Diane did mention the men that go to the PACE Bible study. They also have the study for men. We also offer the STD screening for men as well. We do have men volunteers as well as women volunteers. We could not do this ministry without them. That's really our base. They come in, they share their lives with our clients every day, and we're just blessed to have the people that join us on a daily basis. Another wonderful part of our ministry is giving things to the girls in need, and we have a quilting group that makes these beautiful handmade quilts, and they're made with love. These women pray for our clients. They spend time every week putting these together, and on every one of them it says, "We have prayed for you and Jesus loves you." We think that's very important. And then we have these crocheted ones as well, so that other people can, from different churches, also make these and donate them in, and we give them to our pregnant clients.
And speaking of clients, it's my pleasure to introduce to you one of our very own clients. Her name is Danielle, and she's going to share with us today about her experience with Embracing Options.
Well, hi, I'm Danielle, and I am expecting my first baby, a baby boy. I just found out, and I am 7.5 months pregnant, and I'm enjoying my pregnancy so far. I learned about Embracing Options as I was surfing the web. I had just moved back here from Maryland, and I thought I was pregnant, so I was trying to find a pregnancy center, but somewhere that could do a pregnancy test for free because I didn't have any money at the time. So I Googled a few, and Embracing Options popped up. I was very nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I just didn't know what it was going to be like or anything. I was nervous to find out about the results of the pregnancy test, definitely. But when I walked in, Miss Diane greeted me, and she made me feel comfortable right away. I did the pregnancy test, came back positive, and Miss Diane sat down and she talked to me, and she asked me just some background questions about myself. She asked me a little bit about my child's father. And at first I was nervous because I didn't expect that part, but then at the same time it made me feel more comfortable because it's not like she just was like, oh, okay, you're pregnant and go ahead and have a nice life now, see you later. It's like she wanted to get to know me and introduce me to other services that I can possibly connect with so that I would be able to get anything that I need throughout my pregnancy. So I was happy about that. After I left, I felt like I had been given a lot of information that just about the different services that were out there that I didn't know about. So I was happy about that. I wouldn't have to search on my own. It was kind of given to me. And I really felt like I liked Embracing Options because I just felt very comfortable when I was there, and it was my first time there. And another thing that I told my mom about, I said, Mom, in the Bible it tells us to cast our cares unto Him because He cares for you. And sometimes you may not be able to find another person or a place where you feel like you can go and just be open. And I was like, I really feel like I can be open with Miss Diane. And it was like my first time meeting her. So I was like, Embracing Options is definitely a place where I can cast my cares onto whoever I'm talking to and know that they're going to pray for me, or, we pray together. And that was something that I really liked about my first visit at Embracing Options. Miss Diane was like, can we pray? And I was like, oh yeah. So I liked that. One big thing was deciding between keeping my baby or getting an abortion, because at that time I was just going back and forth with that because I wasn't seeing eye to eye with the dad. So that was one thing I faced. Another thing that I faced was that I'm here and the dad is still back in DC, so that was a big struggle. And another thing that I faced that I felt comfortable sharing with Miss Diane is the fact that I was no longer with the father, and I had recently started dating someone else when I found out that I was expecting the baby. So it was just a big situation that I had on my hands. So just being in that situation, I definitely felt lonely. I would always tell myself lonely was an understatement because I just felt like I really had no one that really understood what I was going through, although I have family and sisters it's just something, some things you may be able to talk to people about, but you never really feel like someone really gets it. So I was just stuck in a place where I had all these decisions to make. And that actually led into my next visit with Miss Diane, because I called her because I just felt like I really needed someone to talk to, and I asked her about being able to come in and talk to her. And she was like, absolutely. She made an appointment for me. I went in, I sat down, and I just immediately started crying and just poured it all out of what I had been going through. And it was nice because I didn't feel like judged like I might have felt with explaining my situation to other people, because it was kind of messy. And Miss Diane just listened, and she helped me to process through my thoughts and kind of break it down. And then she prayed with me, and that made me feel better. So once I left, I just felt like a big weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, and I felt like I was starting over with a clear mind to be able to really look at my situation and decide what was best for me.
Tell us then what it was like when did you really make that decision to choose life for your baby?
After I sat and talked with Miss Diane, I did talk with the dad again, and we kind of did go back and forth. But I remember seeing the little life-size models that they had at Embracing Options, and it just shows you, what you're carrying inside. And just praying a little bit more, it just made me realize that, God doesn't make any mistakes. Even if my situation is very complicated and, I may not understand what it is that He's doing, I felt like the baby that I was carrying deserved life and deserved to have a chance at life, no matter who may be supportive of it. As long as it was something I felt like I can do, then I was gonna do it. So I absolutely love the parenting classes. I have nieces and nephews that I've been around, and I've seen my sisters go through pregnancy, but I never really learned about everything that you will experience in pregnancy and what your body will go through and what's going on with the baby inside. So I was really excited with the parenting classes because I knew I would be able to gather that information and be able to ask any questions that I do have. Yeah, all in all, my experience with Embracing Options has been fantastic. I talk about my parenting classes and just the center. I'm always just talking about it with anyone else that I know that's pregnant. I'm like, oh, I go to Embracing Options, and they have another center on our net, because I know Webster can be a little far for some people. Even with my sisters now, I'm constantly talking about it. And they're always like, well, where was this place when I was doing any parenting classes or when I had my baby? I definitely think everyone that I'm in contact with knows about Embracing Options, because I love it. It's nice. And I often think, where would I be if I didn't find Embracing Options? I just don't know what... where would I get this information? Or even just, I have a bunch of clothes from the baby boutique. Just like the wardrobe for the baby is mostly from Embracing Options. So it's just like, how would I have done all of that without Embracing Options? So I'm very thankful.